We're engaged. It finally happened. Only 12 years later.
Almost 13.
Almost 13. I wanted to share the whole proposal story. I feel like that would be fun to have for us and to just like kind of go through it with each other. I mean, we did kind of like tell each other things here and there, but I feel like we should start from the beginning. So when did you order the ring? Oh, let's actually talk about like when we went shopping for the ring at first.
I don't even know when that was.
That was in June because we were at Laura's wedding in New York. And we went to the ring concierge, and honestly, they were not very helpful. I don't really recommend like going ring shopping for the first time there. Anyways, that happened in June. By the way, the lighting's definitely gonna go in and out. It's like an overcast day, but the sun keeps coming through, so bear with us. But I just wanted to film this video pretty like casually and quick. But yeah, so then I still wasn't like set on what I wanted for a ring because I'm just not the type of person that could let Ryan pick out the whole ring. What? Like, what would you have gotten me?
Probably the
Round?
baguette. Yeah.
What's a baguette?
Emerald.
Emerald. Okay. Interesting.
That or
Close.
like, I don't know. I like those. Or like the weird kind of shaped ones, like the long.
Like diamond ones?
Yeah, I think wouldn't like that, but
Yeah.
I like those.
Sophie's here.
She's
told
so
her story.
excited.
She kept the secret so well.
Ryan's finally gonna be her real daddy.
Legally at the vet, she is my daughter, so.
Yeah, because he took her to the vet once alone, and now all of a sudden she's Sophie Willis.
She told them they're her real name.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, let's get back on track because I feel like we're gonna go off track a lot during this video. But basically, we went ring shopping first time in June, and then we went again like 2 other times, maybe in like September, October. And so when did you order the ring? Because finally in October, I think it was like, okay, I think we got it down, like the band and everything.
I probably ordered it in, I think it was last year, so it was either in November or December. It took 2.5 months or so to get the ring.
Really?
So,
It seems like a lot longer.
I talk about the process from starting all the way to getting it. It took like 7 or 8 emails to customize it, and then I got like a kind of CAD design image thing that they made.
Mm-hmm.
And then like on the ring, I had to describe the paving on this side,
Yeah.
how I wanted the cathedral, but not this thick band cathedral that was rounded. And then the hidden halo, I wasn't sure, so we did one anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then the prongs, I asked them to be, it's platinum, or maybe it's white gold. Prongs of gold so that it wouldn't like the diamond. And you wanted the Euro shank on the bottom.
Oh yeah.
So there's like some little things I had to tweak on there.
That took a while.
Yeah, and then once it was even finalized, and then they were like, oh, actually we're back ordered. And I was like, well, how long is that? And then it was like maybe 2 more weeks. It was back ordered. I mailed it to my mom's house in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I think it got to the house maybe 3 or 4 days before I went to Colorado.
No way.
It was pretty quick. Like, it
Damn.
was pretty soon after that.
Oh my
Like
gosh.
Mike had to pick it up and bring it with me, or with him.
Yeah.
And it came in this.
So basically,
big
he went to a
box.
bachelor party,
Yeah.
and his brother was on the bachelor party, so he brought it to him.
Right. And he just brought me the little ring box. It came in this like big box with like papers and stuff.
Yeah.
But overall, I was pretty happy with how it turned out.
And then, so when you got the ring, then did you tell my family, or like how did that?
I actually invited your whole family to come for this weekend before I even had the ring.
Oh.
So I guess your aunts all had some conspiracy that we'd already been engaged. And
Oh
that
my
we were,
god.
like,
There was like
yeah.
apparently a rumor in not like my immediate family, but my family friends that apparently we were already engaged. And my sister texted me and she was like, that didn't happen, right? I'm like, girl, I don't even know how that even started, you guys. Like, that was just so funny to me, and I was just like, whatever.
But around that time, she texted me. I was like, well.
My sister?
Yeah. And she was like, well, are you going to? And I was like, I don't want to tell anyone. I don't have the ring yet, but yeah, this is the date I'm planning.
Mm-hmm.
And it's between 2 different dates. I wasn't really sure. But I ended up
Weekends?
I ended up calendar invite from Sonali to know when.
Let's back it up and talk about like on my end a little bit prior, because basically I'm a photographer and sometimes I'll shoot on the weekends. I usually never do, but honestly it's been ramping up a lot more because I shoot proposals. And so I've started to add Ryan to my like calendar invites for those proposals, or I'll just tell him like when I was having a shoot, because how the heck would he even know that I was like free or busy that day? So, and he didn't even ask me to do that, but I was just like, literally this started like 3 months ago or something, like 2 months ago, I don't know.
Like 6 months probably.
6 months ago?
About this bachelor party and everything before.
Oh.
Bachelorette. It was
Well,
like better
big
be
trip.
proposed to by.
Oh yeah.
Say,
So we're going on a beach trip next month, and I literally put it in his calendar. I better be proposed to by this date. And then I also have this bachelorette that I'm literally going on tomorrow, and I am going on it with my college friends. So I was like, oh Ryan, like, can you, hurry up and do it? So maybe in case I have to ask them to be bridesmaids, or I don't even know if I'm having bridesmaids or all of that jazz. What?
When you're not gonna have bridesmaids.
Well, I don't know. I haven't really thought about anything, to be honest. And it's gonna be so far away. But it's just funny because you literally did it the weekend before the first deadline.
You gotta procrastinate a little bit. Keep her on her toes.
So I couldn't even like order anything if I wanted to like do bridesmaids or whatever. But it's honestly so early on, and I really don't even want to think about that.
I don't remember the exact date I asked them, but I remember I called your sister first. Because I was already talking to her. And I was like, well, I'm going to invite your mom and dad. And she was like, well, maybe wait. I don't think my mom can keep a secret that well. And I was like, well, if she finds out that you know and she doesn't know, or if you tell her that you know, and then it'll just be bad.
Yeah.
So I just called her mom the same day. And I actually didn't ask her dad until that weekend, really.
Wait, what weekend?
Oh, that week I'd asked your family already.
Oh.
And,
But this was like a month ago?
this was like 6 weeks ago, probably. I tried to give them plenty of time.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do, give them a heads up. And
Yeah.
to book flights and hotels and everything. But I just told your sister, your mom, and I asked your dad, and they all said, yeah, of course I'll be there. Told my mom, and my brother. They both agreed. My brother couldn't make it, but my mom was able. So after I talked to my family and her family, I knew this is probably the date I can do it. Then it was timing. So I actually reached out to Kaylin, like, not a ton of advance. I don't know if she told you, but it wasn't like super quick.
I had sent him one of my photographer friends that we usually like swap headshots, and I asked her a while back, if you shoot my proposal, would you be able to give me the raw photos so I could edit them? Just because, like, we all like our different edits. I obviously love her edits, but it would just be faster for me to edit and easier for me to pick the ones I like. I was like, okay, she said yes, so like definitely reach out to her when the time comes. And I actually just saw her because I wanted to give her the SD card back. Whenever I shoot proposals, I feel like the guys reach out week of and they're like, are you free this Saturday or like this Tuesday? I'm like, oh my God, like, yes, but geez, like, you couldn't have given me a bit more heads up. And you reached out like 3 weeks in advance. So I feel like that is...
Well, it said like booked through May. I was like, in her bio, and I was like, oh crap.
It is our busiest season. We do seniors and grads, so.
Well, the funniest part was she didn't respond for like 5 days.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I guess we'll find a new one. And she's like, sorry, this is my request. I don't check them that often.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, I'm actually busy that day. I can make an exception. I can only do from like 11 to like 1 o'clock. And I was like, so we can't do like evening when the sun sets nice or whatever. I was like, damn, I need to find somewhere shaded. That originally was like, I want to propose at Auditorium Shores.
You said that, babe, because she was like steering you off, and I was like, but he wouldn't have done that to me because I've shot so many dang proposals at Auditorium Shores, and I literally come home after everyone and I was like, yeah, just another one there.
Well, the same day that I asked her was the same day you were like, I hate that place, it's so stupid. I was like, all right, good. I was like, okay. And then I texted her on Instagram the next day. I was like, never mind. I'm actually thinking somewhere else. And I was like,
it's a good thing I was very vocal about things that I may
sure.
have wanted and didn't want. So like, if you're a girl and you think your proposal's coming up, it's better if you...
it was easier to know what you wanted.
Yeah, like there's no guessing on his part. Maybe just like a little bit, but like not like everything.
Well, I had to pick somewhere shaded, so I guess it was Tuesday before the proposal. We went to Lady Bird Johnson.
Yeah.
And I was like,
no, it was like literally the weekend before.
What was it?
And we had never been there, and I told you that I wanted to go there, so that was weird. She told me that today.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically, like, we were just like, I don't know, he was about to go play golf, but I was like, let's get outside, let's just do something. So I decided that we should go to Lady Bird Johnson
so weird that you brought that
Wildflower.
up randomly, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, so were you sketched out about that?
A little bit.
Because
I was like, why would you say that?
I know.
What places you ever?
I mean, we've lived here for 6 years, and we've never been to this random wildflower center.
Yeah, it was so nice. I was like,
It was
kind of
great.
like it there.
Nah.
I like the botanical gardens.
I'm glad you
more,
picked the botanical
Yeah,
gardens.
same. But I knew it had to be shaded because it was pretty harsh light
Yeah.
and pretty warm. So
Oh, also, this whole time, you guys, I was pestering him so bad. Like, to the point where he called my best friend and he was like, she's being mean to me. And 2 days
You're
before I
running
had...
out of time. I was like, time for what?
Because I was like, it's getting hot. Do you want to sweat? Because I don't want to sweat, and I know he's a sweater. And then
I kept
also,
saying we're gonna do the beach, so you wouldn't.
oh yeah, he kept saying, because we're going to the beach next month, he's like, but wouldn't you want it at the beach? And I'm like, it's just so...
Nothing's good enough for you.
No, I mean, obviously, if it was like months ago, but I'm like, damn, I gotta wait another month. And then two days before, I had my natural nails, and I was like telling him, I was like, I have my natural nails. Like, should I just keep them? Should I put on press-ons? Because you guys know I do press-ons, and these are my nails that I wanted to get proposed in. You guys, I had to wear these freaking press-ons for months.
You know,
Months.
you
This
know, I
style.
knew you were gonna put them back on that.
What?
Did your nails look like you clawed your way out like a coffin? They were all broken and stuff, and I was like, she's not gonna not wear it. So it's like, I could call your bluff a little bit.
Yeah.
But my last box, and I was like,
Yeah, because it was my last box, but I kept buying them on Amazon. Like, I kept restocking. Like, it's not like I couldn't have gotten them again, but I was just like, come on, hurry up. So, literally, freshly done press-ons, my favorite pair.
Your family kept asking, like, oh, what can I do to help? And I was like, I think everything's planned. I booked P6 a little bit later. I'll tell that story, but
Yeah.
originally I booked Rules and Regs, where we actually went.
For dinner.
Yeah, and then I made another open table account because it wouldn't let me book at the same time. And I booked Commodore downtown, and I thought, I don't know, I kind of sat on for like 2 weeks really, and I was like, people are probably going to eat and not be hungry, and Commodore was just a huge, heavy meal.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, they probably just want cocktails, something light. Little did I know everyone was starving.
We were like, is the steakhouse open? But it was already like so late,
Yeah.
so.
But she kept trying to make plans every day for every minute of the day.
That's so dramatic, but that's so
It
me.
literally was, but I mean, it's not dramatic because you really were.
But it's so normal
I
for
know,
me.
I'm just saying you were.
I'm a planner, and so like this April, was it April 12th? Me and my friends, whenever we see each other, we're like, okay, what's the next hangout? Like, let's pull out our calendars. So we decided to go day drinking on April 12th. This was the plan, okay? Me and the girls are gonna go day drinking and some boys, but like the Masters were on all weekend. So I knew Ryan was just gonna be on the couch, chilling, watching the Masters. Like, I didn't even...
But I knew all this before you because Kiana was texting me the same day. Like, she's making plans again for these finger stuff. During the national championship, I was at my friend's house.
Yeah.
And you texted everyone, we're trying to make reservations and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And like Andy, all the other friends didn't know.
Yeah.
So I was like, I have to just tell them, but it's like a week in advance. I didn't want didn't want to tell anyone.
Yeah.
So finally I was like, text everyone separately. I was like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Can you guys just tell her either yes, or if you need to actually book it, and she books it, I'll just pay the cancellation fee.
Yeah.
And everyone played along pretty easily. It was
Yeah.
nice.
Okay, so basically, I saw like an Instagram video literally that Sunday or Monday, and it was just like someone hosting, and I was like, babe, we need to host more. Like, we need to have people over this Friday. Like, it's gonna just get hotter and hotter every weekend. We gotta just do it this Friday. And he didn't even like push back at all, which was surprising, but I learned later on, it's because he wanted me to clean the house because my family was coming in town.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I was like, this actually is perfect.
And yeah, because whenever we have friends over, I go crazy and like the house is spotless. So that was really smart on his part.
I
But
pushed back a little bit because I was like, it's gonna be pretty overwhelming, and someone's gonna slip up and like be like, congrats, or
Yeah.
like, good luck tomorrow, like, you know.
Yeah.
So I didn't really want to have people, but it ended up working pretty well.
it probably like distracted both of us.
I fell asleep immediately that night. I was so tired, thank God. I would have sat up all night, like, terrified.
Being anxious.
Yeah.
For some reason on Thursday, I started getting like inklings of maybe it happening this weekend, because I told you guys all of this on my TikTok, like more in depth, and I filmed it literally that Friday morning because I freaked out. I had nothing to wear. This whole time I was getting dresses on Newly that could possibly be the one to get engaged in. And so like a week ago, I was like, Ryan, I'm returning my Newlies. Like I got a lot of options in here. Should I just return them? And obviously he couldn't say no, or he couldn't say,
wait, no.
Yeah. Like, so he was just like, yeah. So I didn't have any of my Newlies, and I have 2 subscriptions going on at the moment because just a lot of things were coming up. And so I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, of course I don't have literally any dresses, because I wanted to be specifically proposed to in a dress and not like pants or anything. So I ran to Target really quick. I remembered I saw this gorgeous dress on TikTok. So I found it on Target, but it was all the way in Bee Caves. And he was like, why are you out in Bee Caves? I was like, oh, I don't know. Like,
so you're buying sandals?
Yeah.
It's like, you have sandals?
Yeah. So so that Thursday night, I kind of started like feeling like it was maybe gonna happen, because Kiana told me that she wanted to do something wholesome before day drinking, and I was like, why can't we just do it on Sunday? And she was like, let's just do it on Saturday. And she was totally chill. Ryan was chill. Like no one really gave it away. It was like literally the littlest hints that I was just like, weird, sketchy, but they were totally normal, because she wanted to wear like a Hill House dress. If you don't know what that is, it kind of is like a bit on the verge of being a grandma dress, but they're cute. Like I love them. I would wear a Hill House dress, not to where we were going to day drink, which was Bungalow. If you guys are in Austin, you know Bungalow, and Bungalow is back, and that's why I wanted to go day drinking, because we wanted to go to Bungalow for the first time in its new spot. And so I was like, Kiana, that's really not the vibe for Bungalow. And she was like so determined to wear this freaking dress, and I kept asking her, like, because I started getting feelings of it happening, I asked her, okay, should we just bring a change of clothes? Maybe we can get our cute pictures taken at Zilker in our long dresses, and then change into our more hoe outfits for day drinking, because we were gonna go to a brunch after. And she was like, no, let's just wear our dresses, because it'll be cute for brunch. I was like, whatever, I'll just like play along. Also, again, very normal thing, he got a haircut and like was shaving, but like we were having people over, so I was like, he does need a haircut. Yeah.
It was bad. I had like a unibrow, and I had like long.
I didn't think your unibrow was that bad.
Yeah, I had to pluck it like a couple days before and still grew back. The day of, I told her I was going to play golf at this place I usually don't go, which is Butler Pitch and Putt.
Yeah.
And it's like no tea time, so I could say like, oh, it's not for this time, or I'll be home at this time. It's just like whenever you get done, you get done. And I was like kind of rushing out the door. I threw on some like athletic clothes, grabbed the ring, put it in my underwear, so I didn't have pockets in those big shorts. And then I grabbed the wrong pair of jeans the night before. So actually, whatever pictures you saw were not the jeans I meant to wear.
I didn't think it looked bad.
Thanks. Good. I was like putting them on the bathroom at like, this outhouse at the garden. I was like, crap. Like,
oh no.
Yeah, I basically had all the stuff prepared the day before in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sat there. I got there way too early. I just sat there, and I was like
God.
sweating in the car and like scared until the photographer got there, and then we kind of scoped out some more. I walked it actually once just to see. Mm-hmm. Didn't know it's fine.
I did think that was a little sketchy, because I was like, not even that he was playing golf, because you really played it off really well with all the like details of like, oh, I think Taylor's not coming or whatever, like, I don't know, all of the little details. You were so confident in saying it, and I was just like, oh, so it's like maybe not happening. But then I was thinking, okay, like he's gonna be out of the house when I'm getting ready, and he's gonna be out of the house when I'm at Zilker Botanical Garden. Funny, because I was like, okay, well, that's weird, you know? And he's not usually like an early bird, so like whenever he plays golf,
I was like lied to say like the Masters come on at 10:30. We need to be home before then. So
I didn't even catch it.
Yeah, I was like, that's why we do go so early, so we can come home and watch it from the start.
Oh.
But I do think it went well. Other than, I actually was kind of glad you were more surprised with your family.
Yeah.
Like your reaction, I was like, oh, good. Like I was like, and then when you'd be like, oh god, now like I gotta entertain people.
I'm glad everyone was able to come. That was like really special to have everyone in the same place for. It kind of felt like graduation though. Why did I feel like graduation? Like having all my family.
Sophie's so depressed now. She slept all day today. She's so sad her mom left.
Yeah, my mom, I dropped her at the airport yesterday, and it was my dad and mom's first time coming to see the house, so that was really exciting. But back to the proposal. We have to tell you guys a really funny story about my 2 rings.
I didn't. Yeah, I forgot to tell you about that.
So Ryan got me 2 rings, you guys. It was worth the wait.
tell your nightmare first.
Okay, so how many years ago was this? Like
Probably in like college.
college? I feel like it was probably in post-grad, but anyways, a long time ago, I had a nightmare that Ryan was gonna propose to me with a ring that was like made out of wires and like granite stones would be the diamond. I don't know how to describe it, but it was just like the most terrifying thing because I was like, are you serious? Like, whatever. People can judge all they want. But I was just like, absolutely not. I think we both kind of blacked out.
Yeah, I did not. I don't remember what I said to you at all.
I think you kept just saying, I love you. That's all I remember. And you forehead kissed me. Yeah, no, that's weird. That's weird. Anyway, so he pulled out this ring and I like saw it. I just like randomly like looked down and he was like pulling it back. I was like, wait, no, I want it because it was the ring and I'll give you guys a
that
clip.
was it or no?
No, I knew it was a joke because you joked about joking about it. Basically, he was like, oh, well, I'm gonna like propose with a wire ring first, and he always like joked about it after I told him about that nightmare. And so he literally did it. I'm so glad it's gold though and not silver because in my dream it was literally silver with a granite ugly ass stuff. No, it's so cute.
Or you probably find this more sentimental now.
Yeah.
Like, that's why I was like, if I give it to you, like it's okay if you throw it away, and you're like,
I'm not gonna throw it away. My gosh.
But I bought it on Etsy for like $7, and I kept checking the mail every day because I didn't want it to get delivered and find it and be like, what the fuck is this? You know?
So yeah, that's so funny. And anyways, he was like pulling it back, and I was like, no, I want it. And I started like crying even more because I like knew what it was, and I was like laughing, crying because like it's a joke, you know. And then he got down on one knee and gave me this beauty right here. I think the comments like on all of my TikToks that got me the most were the ones that were like, oh my god, I've been watching you guys since like college, or like literally like since the prom get ready with me is because that wasn't my first video, but like I feel like it was with you in it, and I didn't say that I was dating you because you were in some of the clips.
Yeah.
So comment below how long you guys have been watching us. I'm like so curious to see, but I feel like we're missing out on so many like random little details. Can you think of anything? He proposed at the waterfall in Zilkha Botanical Gardens, and then we walked to take more photos, and then my family came down the steps, and his mom, oh yeah, you didn't say about your brother.
Well, I knew about this maybe like 45 minutes before.
Oh my god.
Which is fine. I mean, I get stuff happens, but
Right.
basically Delta had delayed his flight until like 1 a.m. So he was like, okay, I'm already here, might as well stay and see.
Yeah.
By 3 a.m., they'd canceled his flight. And to come back at 7:30 in the morning for standby, and we can't even guarantee you a spot. So he was just like, hey, I'm sorry, I can't make it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine, I get it, like as long as it's at the wedding, right?
Yeah.
And so my mom, she's like she broke her foot, so she's like a walking boot. And so it took them so long to get there. They've been like walking down there for like 15 minutes.
Oh.
I can't have my phone. I was like,
Oh shit.
where are they? Like, 100 times, you know?
Oh no.
And we like finished up all the pictures almost. We're like, let's walk over here.
Yeah.
I wanted them to come to the waterfall and surprise you.
Oh.
And I was like, don't you want more in front of the waterfall?
Oh.
And
and
we still finished.
Because
and I was
there
like, okay, because we're
that's
going to
so
go over
funny.
there.
Well, because there was people in front of the waterfall, and I was
Yeah.
just like, oh my god, like let's just like go somewhere else because I don't really care that much to get more pictures in front of this waterfall. And I get it now.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And I even FaceTimed my mom. She was in the parking lot. Apparently, you walked past her window while she's sitting in the car, and she was like, turned her head. It was like, she's right here.
That's funny.
And,
Yeah, I didn't realize when you FaceTimed her that she was, I don't know where she was. I think I was blacked out still.
Yeah.
But after the proposal, we came back to the house, and I like somewhat vlogged it all for you guys because I had feelings. So, and I wanted to, you know, have that memory on video. But we came back to the house, we all chilled for a little bit, and then we went to P6 with some of our friends. And so that was really fun. They got me like a huge bouquet of flowers.
That was really
It was
pretty.
massive.
Yeah.
And so we celebrated there a little bit, and then we like they kept saying like, okay, so bungalow's next, you guys, because I was supposed to go day drinking at bungalow, and you guys I was so excited to
I think you
go.
were the one saying that. You were like,
No, I didn't.
come on, guy.
No, I didn't.
Sure,
Jane-
no one wants to go to bungalow.
Stop it. Okay, maybe I joked about it once, and then they were like, yeah, let's go, like whatever you want or whatever. And I was like, wait, are you guys joking? Like, are we actually going? And they were like, literally whatever you want. And I was like, well, if you guys are gonna go and I'm not, I'm gonna regret it.
Family was were at dinner
Oh yeah,
Like,
so
we had some time to waste.
well, not dinner. They like went for like a late lunch,
sorry.
and so yeah, so they were kind of occupied, and we were like, I feel like I would regret it if I didn't go. Thank gosh we went because this was number one best thing. Maybe, you know, family was number two. Okay, this was number three best thing of the whole day. You guys, I'm one of those crazy people that live for my college days, and like the music was the best back then. Like the vibes were the best back then. We went to college 2015 to 2019. So if you went to college during that, like you would know
Mo Bamba.
Mo Bamba. And so anyways, you guys, I randomly was like filming because I was trying to vlog a little bit for the TikTok, and I was randomly filming this guy like getting up on the speaker. It turns out he was the singer of Jordan Belfort. If you guys,
Walker or something?
oh, Wes Walker, maybe that's his name. He was singing Jordan Belfort at this like
Yeah.
bar,
He
like
just did
randomly.
just one song and just dipped out.
He
It's,
is.
yeah,
He
it's funny.
does have one hit wonder, I will say. But
Still, just to get there, like,
you guys,
at
I
4
was.
p.m. on a Sunday. Or
It was
Saturday.
so random. It was
I
such a
know.
random time. It wasn't even in the night.
I know, yeah.
It was so random. I literally was screaming like so happy, and so I was like just thriving at Bungalow. So I will be back. But then we had to leave like about like an hour, 2 hours later, and then we came back home, chilled a little bit more.
You know what's funny is everyone was home. We were joking about Sonali like needing a nap. Her mom was outside napping. Her dad was napping right here.
Yeah.
And she was about to fall asleep. And I was like,
Yeah.
this whole family is just so sleepy for some reason.
We need our naps.
I
We
know.
need to recharge. Surprisingly, I didn't take a nap, but then
I've been tired the whole week though. It was a
Yeah.
good day.
But then we went to Rolls and Regs for a late reservation, and that was nice. We got to little toast with the big champagne bottle, and we
Did you
popped
see
it.
Yeah, I saw
We
you
need-
said it, yeah.
Yes, we need to put the video somewhere here. We popped it, and it literally shot straight to the ceiling. Thank God it wasn't in my eye or anything. But yeah, it was really special, and my family was leaving the next day. Well, actually, my mom stayed until Tuesday, so we got some mommy-daughter time. And whoever is going to ask me when the wedding is, don't. Please. Because I have already gotten that. I literally thought it was a joke, but I honestly feel like it's not. But anyways, that's pretty much the story.
I would have done it like early March if I had the choice.
Yeah. That would have been nice. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, well,
It was fine. It was perfect. And it wasn't even that hot yet, so thank God. If it was like May, I think I would have like died outside. I'm curious what you guys want for wedding content and all of that. Like, are you wanting to see it all? Are you wanting me to, you know, just mix it in with daily life? Like, let me know what you guys want to see. Don't really know exactly what direction everything's going in yet. I am already on Wedding Talk, which kind of pisses me off because I didn't even search anything, and I didn't want to be here just yet. Like, I'm not ready for it. It's been like, what, 4 days?
you're not ready for it?
No, because I don't need to hear all of this, like what I did at my wedding and like what you should do. Like, I don't, like, I'm too far from that, I think. But maybe I guess it's better to be prepared than not. But anyways, that's the story of the proposal. He did so well.
No, I was gonna top you up.
Okay. So excited for this next chapter. Definitely subscribe on my YouTube channel, and you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok where I post a lot more real-time content. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!